Hello, hello. Welcome to our day 5. I can't believe it, like time really flies. Hello and welcome to our live Q&A. Today we're wrapping up the trusted leader. I promised you today I'm going to go live and answer all the questions I received over the past few days. And they are really, really good questions and they will add value to what we have been building up on. Day 1, we covered the self-image of the mindset for a trusted leader. And you know that if you have signed up, there is a workbook that we work along together along the 4 or 5 days. We're here together. Please do it because I invited you to book a call with me and I will invite you at the end as well. And it will be a way better productive call if you have already done the workbook. So it's simple exercise, self-reflective questions, which will help you know you better to be a trusted leader because you have to know you. You have to be in control of your emotion. How you master your emotion is how you're going to deal with your clients, how you're going to deal with your team, how you're going to be the trusted mentor that everybody would love to work with or to like seek advice. Okay, so you're excited. I am super excited for today. Thank you for whoever is able to join me live today. And I will start with answering your question. And super excited as well because I'm gonna first we'll start with the questions, and then I promised you I will do today as well. Like part of our meeting today would be about the mindset for the six-figure earners and what habits they have, what they believe, so that you can start attracting this wealth and know how to approach anything with the right mindset. Because if I approach anything with lack mindset, I'm not going to create any results. Clear? Okay, guys? So let's start with our first question. Okay, so our first question was actually related to yesterday. Yesterday we talked about how the top 1% leaders handle rejection. We talked about examples like Steve Jobs, like Oprah Winfrey, like Michael Jordan, like lots of these wonderful leaders in our life. We impacted our life, how they handle rejection, and we reframed rejection. We said rejection is God redirection for something better. God is telling you like these guys are not meant to destined to your are not assigned to your destiny, because you are meant for more. So you are gonna, like, he sometimes he removes people from our life, because to open space, nature abhors vacuum. So any open space, if I want a new couch, I have to get rid of the old couch. So if I have some relationships in my life right now which are depleting me, well, if they fall off my life right now, they are opening space for the good relationship, for the good connections, for the good network that's going to help you soar, not just like fly. Okay, guys? So as far as, like they said, what are the, well, how do I know what response do I do if I'm not aware? Can you help me with that? For sure. So there are four type of people you can identify yourself. First type, when you give feedback to someone, people like, listen, feedback versus criticism. I'm using the word feedback, not criticism, because I give meaning to the word, and I feel according to the meaning I give it to the word. Okay. My apology, guys. So people who do, like, for example, the needle tattoo. If I am associating the needle with pain, and if there is some pain in it, then how come people who are like willingly go and have these tattoos? They have the, like, they associate the pain or the needle with getting the image, whatever, like tattoo to their body. They want this result. So the pain was obsolete. It did not really affect them. So the meaning I give to the image. Okay. So number one, are you the type of somebody gives you feedback, not criticism? Like, do you put your fingers in your ears, like you do not want to listen? Many people that they go like, no, no, la, 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 I'm not listening to you. Are you this type? Lots of people do it, because identify, we have four types, okay? Type two, people would just like bounce back with anger. So if you try to give somebody, like you're telling them a feedback, and then they will like, you tell me so, look at you, what you do, look how you do that. They start to attack. So this is another type how people respond to feedback. Okay, guys. And number three, they would just like fall into victim. They will cry and like shift the room and make you like hurt their feelings, and it's all about them, and you're being like so rude, and they will cry, moving to victims. So, and the last type, so like identify which one you are, because these patterns exist, and they exist in your team as well. Sorry, guys. They exist in your team members as well. You have the four patterns, and you need to know how to handle that as a leader. You're a leader, right? So type four is people who would listen. They would take in, like they would listen to you. They are not gonna react. Okay, and we said like before, react is like living in the basement, tit-a-tat. What you say, I get mad. But when I rise in the building, it means I see a bigger picture and I'm calmer. I'm qualified to be a leader when I'm calmer. If I'm not a calm person, I'm really not qualified to be a leader. Not everybody is a great leader. So why don't you choose to be the one? Okay, so I can listen, I can filter, and I can say, oh, thank you for your for pointing this out, or I appreciate that, thank you, but this is not how I see it. This is not how I see it. So you are not reacting, you are responding intentionally. Okay, there is a formula, E plus R equals O. I'm gonna touch base on it today according when we talk about money mindset. And this I go in depth in my mentorship. It takes 14 days, give them the challenge 14 days to master it. So just like E plus R equals O stands for event plus response equal outcome, our whole power is in the R, which is our response. Do we respond or do we react? Like, this is your power is in your R. Okay, guys? So I want you to ask, which one do you identify yourself as? Do you just like, I don't want to listen? You bounce back, you just like fight back, and you point fingers at them when they try to give you like this feedback? Or you say like you fall into victim and you cry so that people will sympathize with you and you make them the villain, although they are coming to give you feedback? Top 1% leaders, they ask for the feedback. So I would ask you all, like now I'm asking you, I want you to send me feedback about how do you feel about these 5 days? What did you get out of it? What do you think, like, what was the best for you? Or what would you love that I would have covered, but I didn't? And this is, I really do it with all my workshop. I do it with my clients. I want your feedback because this is how I refine and serve you better. Okay, so these are the 4 types answering the question. Whoever asked me, I said I'm not gonna mention names. And they said, like, okay, so which one you identify yourself as? And the ideal situation, of course, is to act as a trusted leader, is to listen, accept what you feel like this is constructive, I can take from this is good, because we all want like positive feedback, right? Who wants the negative feedback? No one wants the negative feedback. But how many did you honestly learn more from the negative feedback in order to refine what you're doing? It helps you more, because if I'm telling you, oh, that was fantastic, thank you, that was great, you did not give me any feedback for me to refine my craft. Okay, guys, this is the mindset shift when you are, as a trusted leader, a calm one. Okay, so that was the first question. I hope your question, you're happy and you're attending or watching me live, so that you know, like, I got it for you. Okay, can you give me some more, like one of the questions I got, and was a really good one, on EI, emotional intelligence, we talked about on day 2. And in order to be a trusted leader, you need to understand how to read the room. If I am having like, and there is in the room, like you can feel it. I said we are vibrational being, we are spiritual being living in a physical body, and we're gifted with the intellect, the 6 mental faculties we talked about yesterday. Said like imagination, the will, intuition, perception, reason. And I want you to just like say, all right, how am I gonna read the room? You can feel the tense. And that's why when we're watching movies, our subconscious is wide open. So we let in the events affect our body response to it. If you were attending with me yesterday live, we did the exercise of the skyscraper and we did the exercise of the orange. Please go back and watch it, because we learned that our body responds. Our body responds to the images we have and the meaning we give to it, rather than what is really happening. For example, like it's raining. Some people will be dancing. Some people will be like, for them, it's answered prayers. Some people will be just like, oh, it's such a bad day, I'm not gonna go and play with my friends and have a day out. Well, like, so rain is the same event. We said E plus R. Event happens. The response of you, like your response to the event, will decide the O, which is the outcome. You're gonna have a fun day, we're gonna play anyways, we're gonna just like have our raincoats and play in the rain, or like you're gonna let it affect you. And there were interviews with people, like, there were lots of houses that were burned in the States, like in the forests, like the forest fires. And it was like, it was really like a catastrophe for them, right? But some people would say, oh, and their house is burned. Oh, we lost everything. We don't know what to do. And they are like, this is so bad. This is a response, an R. Some other person would say, like, we lost it. Yes, they are not denying. We lost the house, but we have everything that is not irreplaceable. We are together as a family. Like, I have my kids, I have my spouse, I have my parents, so we have what it takes to build it again. So same event, different response, deciding the outcome. What mindset you have as a leader is gonna dictate the results you're gonna get with your teams, is gonna dictate the results you get with trusting you as a leader, all right? So how about the emotional intelligence? Said, like, if somebody is giving a bad ready presentation and I want to say this and I have to point it out, so, okay, in order to give feedback to one of your team members about their presentation, if it wasn't good, if it sucked, whatever it was, how to handle that? Separate the person from the emotion, because it was gonna backfire. What does that mean? Don't say your presentation, you did that, your presentation was so bad, you forgot to say that, because this will put the other person on the defensive and he's not gonna feel safe to trust to speak to you. And mistakes, when they are like really shut down hard, people are they shut down as well the creativity for your team. They are not gonna create new ideas. They are not gonna venture to propose to say like, I want to talk about this. You shut them down. You dim their light. And at the end, to point that this is wrong. So how do I approach that? 1 second. So you can say, I have it all written down for you, okay? Instead of saying the proposal or your presentation, like make it as if it's part of them, say the proposal or the presentation have some areas for improvement. I would love to discuss this with you. Are you open to hear that? Are you open to listen right now? Would you like us to schedule that later? Because and like what day? Like let's give it priority, because I know that you can really get the results that we agreed on. I really believe you can. So shall we do that? Most probably they will tell you, yes, of course, I would love to listen to that. Listen to this, how you said it versus your presentation sucked. You forgot to put that. The graphs really were not clear. So you made it part of them. You put them on the defensive, and you do not foster an environment for your team to trust and to express themselves and to grow. Okay, remember, guys, we talked the very first day about the type of leadership, and one of them was Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was known to be like crazy hard on everyone. His leadership, like, still people respected him, but they really feared him. It was so like more of micromanaging, and he wants to be in every detail because he was a perfectionist. We talked about this day one, if you want to go back to it, when we were identifying what kind of leader you are. But he transformed his leadership style, and he gave people more space and trusted them. And this led to the innovation of the iPhone. They led the innovation. He did not create this stuff, but he created the environment, and his leadership style allowed everyone to innovate, and like his company skyrocketed, and up till now we're all using iPhone and we love it, right? So there we go, guys. Ready? So this is how you talk to someone about something that it has some critique, but this is the way to approach it. So this is related to your question that was from day 2. And if somebody say like, okay, there is a guy, I feel I'm being bullied. So, okay, let's talk about the psychology of the bully at work. Like, of course, we're talking about work. So people who bully others, who wants to put others down, it is like a seesaw. So they inside do not feel secure, because leaders lift others. Leaders lift others, and they believe in abundance mindset. This is part of my pillar for my mentorship, abundance mindset. It means the pie is big, the share, everyone has a share to succeed, and it depends how much you're gonna accept that you're responsible for the results that you're gonna get. And we're gonna dig deeper into this in our part about money today. And so I want just to let you know that bullies inside, they are not secure, okay? And I'm not here to critique them. I want you to understand. So they don't feel good about themselves, because what I have in will ebb out. If I feel wonderful about myself, I cannot like be like lashing other people and saying hurtful people just to hurt them. So to stop the bully, quote unquote, at work, and he asked, for example, an awkward question for you that you don't want to answer, say, well, the number one is to say, what did you say? Could you repeat what you said again? When you do that, you interrupt the rush of dopamine they want to get out of embarrassing you or causing you feel bad. So, like, you spoiled it for them, Like, I'm not going to give you this. I don't want this, guys. So, what did you say? Could you repeat this again? Most probably, they wouldn't. Or they would say, I wasn't aware what I was saying. I can't remember what I said. Most probably. Or you can say, or if they repeated you, they said, oh, you are telling me that my XYZ, whatever. So you are really diffusing the dopamine rush which they want to get out of embarrassing you. And you are now in control. Okay, so this is number one. And then there is another one, another question to ask. If they don't stop, you say, "Oh, are you asking this to embarrass me or to belittle me, or you mean to upset me?" So when you ask these questions, you are most people like guys are running on autopilot. They are programmed like they have programs running their life. If they are used to criticizing, they grew up in an environment where they always have been criticized. So this is their normal. That's why you find people stuck in toxic relationships, because for them, not because they want to, but because this is the safe or the familiar for them. People do not get what they want, they look for the familiar. So if they had a highly criticizing parent, and for them, like the critical parent, a parent is the source of love. So if I am in a relationship or at work, the boss who is always criticizing me, it doesn't bother me because this is familiar. On the contrary, people who find others treating them really well, they say, "Oh, they have a hidden agenda. What do they want of me?" Who are using to criticism. Okay, and we said like it is one of the ways to kill any relationship and to kill the trust between you and your team: criticism, sarcasm, and comparing them to others. Okay, so these questions, when you ask them, you interrupt the pattern of the bully and you spoil the rush of dopamine. So this is how you get in control of the question. If they say like there's a step further, "Oh yeah, I want to bother you, right? I really mean it. Yeah, you suck," or whatever. You say, "You know what? This is really below my standards. I'm not gonna engage in such conversation." So here you are in control and you do not let others like let it in. Like one of the things I shared with you, my fantastic client Rauda and her success story, she learned this very well. She said like, "Now Russia, I filter what to let in because I have the power to do that. And if it's good constructive feedback, I would take it in and I would adjust. And if it is meant to be like the example of the bully, I just repel it. I just repelled. I am not letting this in." And you can let them know that. So they are like, "Oh, we cannot do this with him or with her any longer." Okay. I hope this gives you idea for emotional intelligence in dealing with others. Another powerful tool is silence. Like when they ask the awkward question, silence. Like silence is powerful, guys. I have lots of friends now and they call themselves introvert, and people like, I don't love labels, honestly. I see that each one is unique in their way and they add value to the table no matter what. And like Bill Gates is an introvert. So he's so like he absorbs idea, he thinks a lot, he is a good listener, which is one of the skills we teach people now, or like we know that it is one of the biggest tools and the biggest asset for any successful leader. So so when I say that introverts are like not meant to be leaders, well, he's a leader, but he doesn't have to be like the outspoken mouth, whatever. Like people come in different shapes. Don't judge them. I don't love labels. I honestly don't like labels. All right. So here we go. So silence is very powerful, and it shows that you have mastered yourself. You cannot be a leader and lead people if you cannot lead yourself. If you are subject to like any word will put you down. I want to share with you, like, remember when we talked about the stick person and our subconscious mind is wide open until we are from 0 to 7 or 0 to 8. And this is what honestly happens. Like you absorb whatever is in your environment, and it affects how you feel, and it affects and impacts the kind of action that you take, which creates the result. So we spoke before about that. Please go back and watch the replays. You will get massive value. And I want to know your feedback. Okay. So if I am still letting, see, here is like the subconscious is wide open. We said from 0 to 7. So if you let other people affect how you feel, what they say, so your subconscious at this time is wide open and you're not in control. And there is always a part of it which is deductive and which is inductive. So one of them, like I can control what's there, and one of them I'm not aware what is being said around me. That's why it's very important the environment you are in. If you are in an environment where people around you are always complaining, talking about problems, even if you are not participating in this conversation, it's passing through, it's getting into your subconscious. That's why sometimes you feel, I don't know why I feel upset all of a sudden. That's why you have been surrounded by people who were talking about toxic issues for you. Does it make sense? Okay. So I hope this answers. Another one, okay, I have an okay, I want to give advice. I want to talk to someone, but I don't know. I don't want to hurt them. There we go. So if you want to talk to someone about something for example, a coworker or one of your members, team members, said a comment which was not appropriate to mention in the last meeting. Here is what to tell him. Okay, you can tell him first. You decide. You make clear what you're gonna talk about, and then you tell him, you make sure that you get his agreement, and then you say it to him. Okay, so this is like a structure. So part one, you say, for example, I want to talk to you about the comment you made in our last meeting last week, and it was not I just wanna it wasn't very appropriate, and I want to make sure that we are in our upcoming meeting are on the same wavelength of thought. So is that okay to discuss? Does that work for you? So then you get their agreement of he said sure, versus like what you said or what you did. Again, we're not putting people to in the defensive. We are coming like we're putting a structure. Want to talk about this, and I want to make sure that we are on the same land, and here it is. Okay, so this creates a way better way of communication, and this is being emotionally intelligent, dealing with your coworkers, dealing with your team, dealing with your clients in order to say something without hurting them and getting them to listen and to participate, agreeing to it. Okay, so hope this is answered, guys. All good here? Okay, so we talked about the web, covered this. Russia, you talked about emotions come in layers. Yes, that's true. So emotions do come in layers. And the one example I gave, I have other examples that I help my clients with, but the one I talk about is the total truth process. So for example, let's say anger. When you are really angry, under the anger, there is fear. Under the fear, there is want. Under the wants, there are I deserve or I love you. So how is that? When I say like the famous example is like when parents, for example, shout at someone, they burst. This is a phase that's coming and it will happen. Why? Because they're afraid. For example, for me, I told you guys I was crossing the road, I got shouted at because I was gonna get hit by a car. I got only the shouting part. They stopped here. So it put me down and I was scared. Okay. And I felt like it aroused a sense of guilt in me. But versus, they will shout, this will definitely happen. The valve has to get out the fumes. And then they will say, we are really afraid. Here is the fear under the anger. We were afraid to lose you. We really love you, don't want to lose you. This is different message, right? You what I want, for example, I want for you to live, I want for you to succeed, I want for you to deserve the best, I cannot imagine my life without you. Like they did not complete the message, not because they want to hurt you, they lacked awareness. And awareness is key for you to be a leader who other trust you. You have to have self-awareness, and this is the clarity part I talked to you about in my mentorship. For those who work with me, this is a vital part to cover. Okay, guys, so this is the second and the third question actually. So there we go. We covered the EI questions. Done. I'm just like, okay. Oh, Russia, you talked about something about getting people on your vision. Oh yeah, for sure. When I want to build trust and loyal teams, people are loyal when they are part of a bigger mission, when they are part of a goal bigger than themselves, and they want to be part of it. Like I gave you before the example of John Kennedy, when he said, like, we want to put a man, sorry, on the moon and bring him safe back. And he announced that he engaged the whole nation in his vision. And when he met with Dr. Von Braun, the father of space at that time, he said like, okay, what would it take Dr. von Braun to do that, to take a man to the moon and bring him back safely? He said only 5 words. He said the will to do it, the will to do it. So when we develop the will and we are clear on what we want to achieve, and we eliminate confusion for our team, we eliminate losing time and money. And an easy example to relate for example, if I am a vegetarian, when I go to do my shopping for the week, like for grocery shopping, I'm not gonna buy meat. I'm clear that I'm vegetarian, right? So, and everybody who can see my basket would know that I do not eat meat. All right, guys. And I'm not saying that vegetarian is bad or not vegetarian is good. Like, I'm not saying, I'm just giving an example. So when I'm clear that I'm vegetarian, I'm not gonna like people when they invite me, they know that they're not gonna cook meat for me, for example. They will have dishes for me that satisfy my appetite and aligns with my why I don't eat meat. Okay, so when you filter your decision through your why, you save time and money. So then there is efficiency in the performance of your team. So when you are clear on your why, like Google is clear on its why, Apple is clear on its why. So when you're clear on your why, you eliminate confusion and you open the gates for growth and for people to participate with their ideas and to be part of your dream. They don't even want to live for a better salary because they feel we belong to a bigger cause. It's not that money is not important, because good companies will compensate their employees really well, because they know when I take care of my employees, they will take care of my clients. And this is the example we have been talking about Gordon Bethune, how he transformed his leadership, transformed Continental Airlines from worst to first, and what he did, and by focusing on the employees, their needs, and talking to them, and having the open door policy, and talking to the air hostess, and talking to the people who carry the luggage and carrying it with them, and knowing what they want, and rewarding them instead of punishing them, the company really moved from worst to first. So you as a leader have the potential and the power to transform the culture in your company. You can do that. You can do that. Okay, guys? So what else? I'm just like making sure I answered all the question. Okay, there we go. Oh, Russia. Okay, problems. I talked yesterday about circumstances, and we shouldn't let it control our decisions. That's true. And I'm gonna show this to you as well today in our presentation when we talk about money, because if you focus about what's in the bank account, if you focus about the bills, and then you shut your mind from creating more and from dreaming more and from making more, honestly, because you're shutting it down. And I can just share with you here. I said, like, for example, because I hope you can see that. That's you and that's your problem, or the problem you have. Okay. So if my problem is at, I'm just like, where is my pen so you can see, guys? There we go. So if my problem is at level 5, and if my problem is at level 5, and I am at level 2, this is 2, but you see it as 6 because upside down, okay? Then my problem is bigger than me. My problem is bigger than me. But if I invest in myself and grow myself, because this is all you have power over. You have power over your thought, your feelings, and your action. So if I feed into invest in myself, then I am now like at level, for example, 7. So now I am bigger than my problem. So if I keep on moving, I'm now at level 9 or level 10 even, right? Okay. So now I am really way bigger than my problem. Even it doesn't register in my mind as a problem because I am bigger than it. It's like having two vessels. The more like which vessel, like the more you are the vessel. So the more you invest in yourself and in your mind, this is gonna like decide how you can handle your problems or your challenges and how you can handle any issue that comes to you. You are bigger than that because you understand who you really are. Okay, so I hope this as well makes it clear for you guys. And we answered the responses. So now we'll move into the interesting part. People who ask me, Rasha, you work with ladies and with people who transferred their income 10x or 20x. How did they do that? So I'm going to share with you today. Uh, Allow me a second. Um, there we go. Oh, just like present it. Yes. Okay, so we're talking now about the money mindset. So before moving into the money mindset, I'm just revising with you what we talked about before about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, because your money blueprint and your self-image are part of your belief system, which is actually not yours. So if I am operating from a lack mindset and a poor self-image, it shows for my results. The quality of relationship I have, the quality of income, the quality of my relationship at work with my team, how people see me as a leader, or they trust me or they don't trust me. So this is very important, guys. This is basic for us, okay? And for the money blueprint, in order to understand why you're getting the results you're getting, actually, I want you to know like it's not your fault. Why? Because as we talked about, the subconscious mind is wide open from 0 to 7 or 8, and you're 50% from mom, 50% from dad, and they are 50% from mom and their dad. Intergenerational beliefs, you just like let it in as a sponge because your parents were your trusted figures as a kid. So whatever happened in the environment around you, if they were always fighting around money, this has been programmed into your subconscious as money is something like is it's a source of problems. For example, because you see them always fighting over money. Were you raised in a house that money people do not want to talk about money? It's a taboo because rich people and abundant people feel free to talk about money, and there is nothing wrong about that. Like they feel comfortable talking about money. Money comes to them not because they are afraid to discuss money, but because they find it very comfortable to talk about money. All right. So it depends, guys, how you self have reframed your money beliefs. I will help you with finding out some of the programming which is contaminating your thinking to create the result that you want. All right. So let's see here, identify with me. What do you believe about money? Because most people do not know what they believe about money. How was it formed? It was formed this way. You just absorb like a sponge from what your parents were doing, what the people you were brought up, the environment, your teachers, whatever, the TV, whatever you have been watching, the kind of songs, very important, guys, beware of that, that talks about like money is bad or separates people, like it's all programmed here, okay? So which one of these do you identify yourself saying? We have to work hard to make money. Well, this is like, and then this people do not want to work harder, so they just like repel money. But you don't have to work hard. Honestly, you don't have like, yeah, you have to do work. I'm not saying that's a no, but there is a way where you have to be clear on what you want, the image. And through planting this image, you start to be a good soil to attract the resources and the people who are going to help you achieve your result fast. Okay, and that's why we see consultants take 6 figures and maybe 7 figures just consulting for maybe a week with a company, whereas people like grind to get 50K or 60K a year. So it's not about working harder. And the amount of money you make is always in direct proportion to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and how good are you at doing it. And the most important one, how good are you at doing it so that you are hard to replace. This is what's going to decide your worth, your charge, your proposition value. Okay, guys? Rich people are greedy or selfish. So if you believe that, then subconsciously you're repulsing money. Because, like, how about how can we change rich people are greedy or selfish? Rich people do more charities and help more people. How are you going to help others if you are broke and you're just feeling sorry for other people who are broke? How are you going to do that? You need money to do that, right? How? By becoming rich. One of the greatest reads you can really treat yourself, making it a habit to read, is the book The Science of Getting Rich by Dr. Wallace Wattles. I'm going to read for you a small paragraph from it. And this is the book, actually, if you don't know, that the movie The Secret and The Secret, The Law of Attraction was built on, that revolutionized how we see results and goals in 2006. But I said before, they did not talk about the real secret, which is the law of vibration, not the law of attraction. What you send out, you attract. Okay. So Dr. Wallace said, there is no labor from which most people shrink as they do from that of sustained and consecutive thought. It is the hardest work in the world. This is especially true when truth is contrary to appearance. Every appearance in the visible world tends to produce a corresponding form in the mind, which observes it. This can only be prevented by holding the thought of the truth. What does that mean? Like, if I focus on the problem, if I focus on poverty, if I focus on the bank account, if I focus that the team which is not like engaged or do not trust me, focusing on them, looking on them, because this is what's happening in the physical world, will keep me in this loop. The hardest thing, he said, the hardest thing to do is to hold the truth, the image of the truth. We have to build an image. I told you before, we are creatures. We think in terms of images. I cannot talk to you about the mind without sharing with you this image, that this is the mind, so that you know what you are working with, right? And this is originated by Dr. Truman Fleet. We talked about this in day 1 and day 2. If you want to go back to it, please. So if I don't hold the image of the goal, if like, okay, of me making 6 figures, of providing service that's worthy to be like, I know I'm solving problem for people, that they saving them years, saving them their relationships, saving them their jobs, saving them, like I'm doing a service and I am highly compensated according to how much I am good at it. All right, guys. So rich, instead of seeing rich people are greedy, the more I have money, the more good I can help others. I can, for your family, for your loved ones, for the charities that you want to support. Okay, I'm not good with money. Well, if you people who believe that, they actually do not, because this has been built, guys, when you were little kids, and maybe somebody gave you at Christmas or whatever, they gave you money, and then your parents would come and say, like, give it to me. They did not. So this is how you lost trust. I'm not good with money. I need to give it to someone else, and you don't trust yourself. But I can learn. And maybe I'm not good with money, but I can learn. Like, this is how to shift your beliefs about money. Guys, this is really, really gold. Write it down and write whatever resonates with you. Money is the root of all evil. Well, this is a very wrong statement. The love of money is the root of all evil. If you love money and like use people, this is bad. I want to love people and use the money to help them. This is a total game changer. Okay. I don't deserve to be wealthy. This has to do with self-worth, which I do cover in depth in my mentorship, guys. Whoever is going to book the call to call me and to see how I can help them and to give them feedback, like a roadmap to their success, what they need to do, even if we don't work together. I just want you to know that this is fundamental to accept money in order to be rich. If I don't feel I deserve wealth, I will be always like, when I get money, I will repulse it. When somebody say like, okay, I have a project which is worth millions of dollars, you will say, oh, no, I'm not good with money. Listen, like you will listen to what you say. I give it to John, or give it to Karen, or give it to Dean, or whoever it is. They are the guys with the big bucks. I don't. So you put your self-image is, I cannot do it. All right, guys? Okay, making money takes luck. That's not true because luck, there is no luck. Luck, what you call as luck, is preparation meeting opportunity. So for I am every day, I said before, if you invest every day 1 hour of your day or even 30 minutes of your day, but I'm talking about 1 hour now because I calculated that. So 1 hour a day, that's if you exclude the weekends, it would be around 288 hours a year. That's equivalent to almost 8.5 weeks of regularly working 40 hours a week. So people who say we don't have time, this is how you create time. You can create 8 weeks of purely investing 1 hour, crafting, mastering your craft, or learning more about your subject, or your at work, whatever it is, whatever you really want to excel at. In 5 years, you would have invested almost 1,400 hours purely just focusing on on mastering the craft that you are really good at. You will be like second to none, honestly, in 5 years' time, like a giraffe along trees, like you're really, really standing tall. Okay, guys? I need a lot of money to make more money. That's not true. We see people start their business with just their mobile and reaching out. You don't need money to make money at all. That's not true. And you can start small and grow. And lots of people we see, like most billionaires and millionaires, had no money. They had great ideas and they were clear on what they want and they attracted the resources that helped them. Okay, money is stressful and it will cause problems. I said if you're brought up in a house where people always fight about money, you will start to shut money away from you. Specifically, if your parents were fighting all the time over money, or there is, for example, you witness that in your family, somebody like they don't, brothers and sisters do not talk to each other after inheritance and because of money. So you had a belief built in that money separates families and loved ones, so then you repulse it. Okay, I hope this helps you guys. And let's say here one of these: money is the root of all evil. For example, okay, money is a tool. It's not more than that. We don't live in the jungle, so we do not like do bartering. Like I give you wheat and you give me rice. I give you like we do not exchange services because we live in the modern and civilized world. So money is the medium of exchange, right? So it's a tool. So let's try this one here. Instead of putting here money, let's put the word, for example, knife, or let's put the word axe, axe is the root of all evil. It doesn't make sense, right? So it is how I feel about it because I have associated it with a feeling that repulsed money away from me. Okay, or for example, let's say instead of the word money, money is energy, and money is actually energy. It's the medium of exchange. We are all energetic being. Okay, so it's an exchange of energy. I give you a service, you pay for the service. This is an exchange of energy, right? So if I say energy is the root of all evil, or I am not good with energy, okay? Or rich people are greedy, or like money is greedy or selfish, or energy is greedy and selfish, okay? So you have to work hard to make energy. We are already energy. So you'll start when you do this exercise, but please do it in writing and give yourself a favor and do it because you invested time to watch this, and don't just come here to collect information. I told you I want you to witness transformation, okay, guys? So there we go. So how much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make? Because according to your self-image, you're gonna accept or reject the money. Okay, guys? So the container, if I give you like now, for example, a lot of dollars, and you have only this cup, you will accept and fill it only as much as it fills. But if I give you a bigger container and there's a lot of stack of money, then you will fill it up and there is way more than what the cup can accept. And you are the vessel. Are you investing in your mindset? Are you investing in developing yourself? Because you're the vessel. The bigger the vessel, the bigger money you're going to accept. This is what happened to my clients when I work with them. When we worked together, they were not six-figure earners. They were not multiple six-figure earners. They built the image of accepting and change their beliefs about money and their mindset about it, and their self-image, and the results speak for themselves. I told you, I shared with you before. So here, guys, what wealthy people really have as habits, okay? Wealth is wealth in relationship, wealth in influence, wealth in money, wealth in helping others and being able to support communities and being really an effective member in community to help them. So what is it? Like the formula I told you that I dive deep into my mentorship, E plus R equals O, said the event response is your power. Events happen, like we said about the people whose house was burned. The event is the same, the response. And we talked about the rain. The outcome will be decided by how I respond, not react. React is like living in the basement. Respond is moving to the top of the building. Okay, guys? So they don't blame. So they don't complain, they don't make excuses. Why? Because these put them in the victim mood. And people who decide to be wealthy or trusted leader or impactful, they are not victims. They create their own reality. How is that? Because if I blame you, like do this with me. If I blame you, I am putting fingers, like if I'm pointing to you with my finger, you did that. I am mad at you. You're the reason we are here. You are the problem. You are whatever. So I am pointing at you with one finger, and the three other fingers are pointing back at me. So if I consider this to be like 25% each, so 75% I am responsible, 25 is you. People tell me, but Russia, relationships are 50-50. I agree, but you are 100% responsible for your 50% share. You are 100% responsible for your 50% share. Before blaming, say, what was my role? What yellow alerts were I ignoring? What I did or what I didn't do? So now you take your power back. You take your power back. Complaining. Do you like people tend to complain, guys, to the wrong ones? Like at work, you'll find coworkers or like people there talking to their sometimes about their problems at home instead of talking to their spouse about what they are not happy with. And opposite, like they take their problems from work and talk to their spouse. In both cases, your coworkers or your friends at work do not have power over your spouse, and your spouse doesn't have power over your coworkers. Well, it requires you to have an uncomfortable discussion with your spouse or with your manager or with your shareholders or with your partners, and you have to do it and to address the person. People just like kind of like, I'm escaping this, I don't want to. So I'm going to ask you as well something really interesting that came. I would love to give it to you as well today. How people respond when they want to make a big decision. Like how do they escape the situation? Some people would just like distract themselves. They would do something totally different. Oh, I will go and do the shopping now. I have to finish this um, to read the book first. I have to like, so they start to distracting themselves from their goal and from making the decision that's gonna change their lives by distracting themselves, doing something that's not gonna get them the result that they want. Okay, guys, this is one of the ways people, when they're afraid to make a decision, they can like, yes, I'm gonna do that. Some people would say they would talk themselves out of the decision. Oh, but you know what? There are others who did not succeed. I cannot venture. I don't know. And you start like, you know what? It's safer to stay here. And they talk themselves out of their goals and dreams and stay stuck, feeling resentful. And they are the ones who decided that. The last example, guys, is some people have the DEFCON. DEFCON is like, the military experience expression. They use it in the military when there is really, really big threat, like a bomb is coming. So it creates the same thing in your body. Yesterday, we did the exercise of how your body responds to the images and what you say. It's not really responding to the reality, what's happening. It responds to the images and what you believe about it. We did the skyscraper. Please go back and watch it, right? So what do you do? Oh, this is really scary. I'm not going to do it. And they panic. And then they would go back to what they were doing, which is not going to get them the real. They're not going to get the investment in themselves. They're not going to start their project. They're not going to write the book. They're not going to make the decision to move out of the country or like to seek a better position. They stay stuck. And we did this exercise, remember? Like hold your fingers, which one is on top? the left for me. Well, move your fingers and nudge up and put the other one on top. How it feels weird. And then put them back. Oh, this feels right. So it feels right. It feels familiar. You're comfortable. And it's gonna feel uncomfortable when you're about to make a decision that's gonna change your life. Okay, guys? And number three, definitely, they don't make excuses. Why? Because they say, what can I do about it? I give you yesterday as well the three golden questions. If you want to go back and revise, please do that because this is meant to be for your transformation. I love doing it. I love giving it. It's free, guys. You're not losing anything. Those only who are willing to take the results to the next level, to 10x their income, to have better relationship, to be the trusted leader, to move up the ladder of the skill, like of being hired, like to start their own company. Only people who are serious are gonna book the call with me because they are really not making sense. What can I do? What can I do? Okay, there we go. Talked about this, and this is what's happening now. We're almost done with the 5 days now, right? So where are you gonna where are you gonna end? Are you gonna just like, okay, we're done, we gather some more information, we're gonna look for some more free stuff and get there and attend, and like, oh, okay, we keep on gathering information and we speak good talk, but we never walk our talk? Are you gonna do that? Or you say like, seriously, I'm done with that. I deserve more. I just want somebody who can help me and guide me. Okay, these are the people who are going to create different results. Because if you keep focusing on what's happening, I don't have the money, I don't have the talent, I don't know how to do it, you will stay where you are, and right, you will be here next year when I meet you in the same spot where you are here right now. Okay. So I told you guys, those who are really serious, if you want, if you're like, you're welcome to stay. I'm gonna tell you more about it. So if you really are serious to change, to be a trusted leader, by now, it has to start with you, with how you see yourself, how you think about others, how to master emotional intelligence, how to build the belief of the self-image that's gonna match your goal. Because first thing most, what we do in our call is that I'm gonna show you how to get the clarity if you are not yet clear. Most people settle for way more than what they deserve and what they are worthy of because they don't know how. You don't have to know how, you just have to trust. This is where I come in and helping you with building the abundance mindset. Today, I shared with you some of the money beliefs that can be stopping you, and I gave you tools, and I'm happy for you to apply and for you to make it effective. I want you to pick 3 of them, write on a piece of paper, and let it be in front of you wherever you are. And read it to yourself every day, 3 times at least. And see yourself, after that, you'll be feeling different around money. And this is how you're going to attract it. You cannot, we said, belief must precede manifestation. So what do you want to do? Are you happy with where you are, or you want more? Do you want really your team to trust you, but do you really trust yourself? I'm going to ask you today again. Do you see yourself as the trusted leader? Do you see yourself as a leader, first of all? Because lots of people doubt themselves, and it takes, yeah, I'm not going to tell you like if you're in your 40s or in your 50s, it's going to take you another 40 or 50 years. It takes you a few months working together in order to shift that. It's worth it, guys. We have one shot, one shot. Like time passes anyway. It depends how you're going to invest it in. Are you recycling the past? Thinking about the current bank account, thinking about your problems, then if you think about it, why the results are going to be different? Nothing. We have to start from a totally different self-image, from a totally different energy. Otherwise, it's not the information I have. I did not change anything in myself. Then how am I expecting different results? So I am inviting you, those who are serious for change, to book a call. Guys, the link, if you are on LinkedIn, the link is inside my profile. I am going to send it today for those who are on the email list to book the call. And if you want, you can just reach out. I'm one DM away. Say, Rasha, send me the link. I would love to book an appointment with you. On this call, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. You're going to get clarity how to accelerate your leadership growth and impact your team. Like, this is really critical. And I'm gonna give you feedback, honest feedback for your leadership style and what you can do and how you can multiply your income and charge your worth. So there is nothing for you to lose. There is nothing, zero. You have everything to gain to know about yourself because awareness is key for trusted leaders. Number one in emotional intelligence is self awareness. If I don't know how to handle my emotion and to be a calm leader, I cannot lead. I'm not qualified to be a leader. I'm not qualified for that. They cannot trust me. I have to be the sheltering rock in the storm. This is how leaders are chosen. Like, because how many times have you had a leader that you never trusted, that was shutting you up, that was taking credit for your work? They have their own insecurity, but I'm not here to heal them. I'm here to help me, understand me, so I become a better leader. Okay? So I have shared with you like my clients have 10 and 20x their income. Rauda is wonderful, and I have shared her testimonial video with you guys. And she is really, really, really a blessing to work with. These people were not six figures earner, were not top management when we worked together, but this is possible, was possible for them, and is possible for you. So what are you gonna decide? Like, I want to ask you, are you, again, I'm going to ask you, can you see yourself as a trusted leader, as a trusted executive? People love and trust you? Well, it's easy, guys. Like, it's like you just seek guidance. This doesn't mean that we're going to work for life together, just a few months that's going to change your life foremost, always and foremost. So it's God, just like I want you to please reserve your call. Make sure you have you say like, I'm making this for me. I am betting on me. I want to change my results. I don't want to stay where I am. And you can, they did, and so can you. Okay, guys. Talking about Shaham, so like just got a call from her. I said she's gonna be promoted even after her landing her six figure. Like after a few months, they wanna promote her again. So that's wonderful. Changing your career and becoming a multiple six earner. Why not? Why not you? I'm asking you honestly now. What could be stopping you from achieving what you want and seeking guidance? Because you have the benefit of getting tailored mentorship for you working with me. I know what I'm talking about, and I know I can help you. And I want to help people like you, leaders, because you will create a ripple effect in the world. I would love the ripple effect to reach billion people. Like, okay, I'm gonna dream big. Okay, like if you dream big or you dream small, it takes the same effort, by the way. But it's not about how big or small. This is relative. It's about how you see what you can achieve. And even if you did not land on the moon, you will end with the stars, not with the dirt. So I really work with people who really love to go the extra mile. And I'm asking you, are you one who goes the extra mile? Are you one of them? If you are, I am more than happy to have you book your call and talk to you and give you honest feedback and take you from there. And your life will just like, you need a magnifying glass to see where you have been like a few months ago and see the results that you're gonna get. I always work with high performance, and honestly, they are people who want to go the extra mile, and these are the people I love to work with. Okay, thank you so much. The 5 days have been wrapped up. Time passes quickly, and today I answered your questions. If you still have questions, those who will like just like reach out, guys. And I always like as well would love and encourage feedback. I want from you feedback as well. I love it. And this is how I have been working over the past over decade. Uh, like accepting and asking for the feedback, because this is how I improve and refine what I do to serve you even better and faster. It doesn't have to take you years to change your life. I said it's a few months and you will see the results along the way. You're not gonna like until we're done, you will see the results like immediately. happening in your life. If you are here attending with me, and if you are like feeling like I resonate with you, there is a reason for that. I said it's the vibrational universe. We attract the like, and we are not here together for no reason. There is a reason you are attracted to listen to me, that you signed up for this masterclass, that you attend live, or that you watch the replays. So if you feel something in me resonate with you, most important thing before we work together, I ask you, do you believe I can help you? Because if you do that, then it's a done deal. Okay, guys? So, and I ask as well, do you believe you that you can achieve that? Because this is where I help you bridge the gap and collapse time and space and live the life that you love on your own terms, not according to circumstances or according to results or whatever. Like, learn to be your master. I am super grateful for all of you. I'm super happy this ending it on a high note. And today we'll send, for those who signed up, the replay. And as well, we'll send the link to book your call and transform your life. Super grateful for you. Don't wait, guys. Time is short, and we want to live like it doesn't matter where you have been, doesn't matter if your results sucked before. Like, let's put a line here, and what's coming will be way, way different. All right. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much. Happy Friday and happy weekend for all of you, and have a wonderful day, all of you. Bye, guys.